I'm also a member of our board of directors. I am all so glad that you could all make it here today. Not only is this event important for the youth, but it is also very important for you to learn what the youth needs now to flourish properly. This event may just be another meeting for you, but today has the power to impact me, the youth leaders, and the rest of inner city youth. The power that is held with us today is to shape the trajectory of the young people today. Before I met Teen High 3.5 years ago, which can't believe it's 3.5 years already, I had no true or clear vision for myself. I didn't know how much strength I had or I held, nor could I recognize the leadership within me. This is a common feeling for most young people. We don't know we have the capability to go further than what we see in front of us. The opportunities that lay there waiting to be seized has to be in the reach of the youth. Luckily today, you are able to make this a reality. I hope that we all learn something about each other today, and I hope you leave here with the motivation to make a difference in your community. Thank you for taking your precious time today to support the better development of the next leading generation. Please indulge and enjoy the insightful conversations you engage with today.
I got a big mouth, and I really don't feel like I need a microphone. But if I do, then you tell me you can't hear me. The worst part of this job is that the kids grow up. I have not figured out in 18 years how to prevent this from happening. But if I turn around and start crying, because then I know that in another month or 6 weeks, I'm not going to count the days, Jade is going to get on a plane and go away to college. And it's just, it has to be the best job in the world to watch young people develop and grow and just get better. They already come great, and it's just like such an honor to really share space with them. And so thank you for being here this morning. We were just laughing about the fact that we got dressed to put on shoes. Like, that's a big deal. And we met people, and I hugged people and shook hands, didn't know how, and I'm learning again. And so I'm really, really grateful that you're here this morning. I do not take for granted this time, because so many people didn't make it to this point. So many wanted to be here maybe and couldn't be here. So I'm really grateful for the people that are in this room with us this morning. So thank you. Thank you to our absolutely amazing staff. We have wonderful, wonderful, dedicated staff who go hard all in. I think I work hard. I don't know when she sleeps, but she is the hardest working person one of the hardest working people that I know, and she's truly committed to this work. And I'm so grateful for her, for Matt, bless his heart. He just started with us a couple of weeks ago, and he probably barely had an orientation, and he went around carrying boxes and doing all kinds of stuff. He has not complained one single time. And so thank you to all of you for all of your hard work. Our board members that started this morning with us. I know you're busy, but you paused your day and came and hung out with us this morning, and I really appreciate it. So, partnerships is a lot like dating. You know, it's kind of weird because in our community they keep saying partner, just partner. And it's just like, well, you can't. I mean, you can, but it's kind of like a blind date. You kind of get to know each other to figure out if your values and stuff are aligned. And so I love when partnerships really come together in a way that are like authentic and that are like organic. And these brothers behind me, that's exactly what it is. Like, it wasn't forced. There's nothing. There's not a secret agenda. There's nothing where one of us is trying to do something, outdo the other person. It's just very simple, very laid back, and they are absolutely dynamic men. And I'm really grateful to partner with them and the work that they're doing to make sure that we can have a plan that speaks to all young people. And they are very different, more than one way, but they are different, equally dynamic. My brother Tim is from MD35, the best class ever. And quiet. You wouldn't even know if he was the most important man in the room. He would just be very laid back, very thoughtful. Thank goodness he's over here, Terry is the best hype man ever. You sit next to him, he is going to encourage you, and you are going to believe that you can do it, and the plan is going to be bigger than the Renaissance building, but it is going to be dynamic and powerful, and he's like, let's go, and I'm like, okay, I don't know where we're going, but let's go. And so, it couldn't get any better than that, to have two equally great human beings to work with, and to work with all of you to think about what is possible for young people. I am going to step back for a few minutes and allow both of these brothers to share the mic and welcome you and to give a few remarks.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Tim Ritchie. I'm very happy to be here. Big round for Amber Reddick and her team. It's great to see so many of you. Some of you I've seen before. I recognize a few friends here. Some of you may remember I was formerly the CEO of the Detroit Police Athletic League and now currently serving as the project manager for Detroit for Youth. And very quickly, Detroit for Youth is an emerging coalition of youth advocates who believe young people 0 to 24 should receive all of the programs and resources they deserve to have to become successful in their lives. We conducted a poll recently in March of this year. We invited 600 Detroiters to share their feelings about how the city is serving young people and how young people are doing. And I don't think it's any surprise here that folks in the city believe that Detroit needs to do better by its kids. And what became very clear to us, folks feel like currently and in the past, city, schools, and community partners need to work better together. And we believe that very strongly. We can save time and money for families, we can save resources for each of our institutions, and we can serve young people better. So we believe that folks need to be working better coordinated. The second thing that we believe is that young people and youth voice and power can lift Detroit and can create a model for Michigan. And so that's what we're trying to do, right? We're excited to partner with Teen Hype in the creation of this Youth Master Plan. Like Amber said, it came together like peanut butter and jelly. They had already started on the development of a plan, and we're ready to advocate on their behalf. So we're excited to be here. We think it's time for a grand bargain for kids in Detroit, and so we're very excited about having the chance to partner with you all on that. Thank you.
Detail. I don't need a microphone. I talk constantly in my outside voice. It is an honor and a privilege to be here. I see a lot of friends, a lot of familiar faces. I apologize if I did not slap hands or give you a hug in advance of this. I will catch you on our way out. For those that don't know me, my name is Terry Whitfield. I'm honored to serve as the program officer at the Skillman Foundation. I lead our out-of-school time work. And this is what I've been missing the past 3 years. When I am self-admittedly team out of school time. I was bred and born and developed within that ecosystem and understand the power of what expanded learning can do and means for young people when given equitable opportunities to experience to have those experiences. And over the years, I've had a ringing thought in my head, and I believe it is something that, in 60 years of the Skillman Foundation's efforts, it really is grounded in what needs to happen, what would it take to improve outcomes for young people in the city of Detroit. And so with that as a backdrop, and now me at the foundation, and my thought is like, okay, so what is it? We've done certain things, we as a community have done certain things, we've enacted certain initiatives, we've created certain coalitions. What has been the roadblock from us actually making that next step? So I'm going to take a pause and use an analogy. So tonight, I'm a Kansas sports fan. That'll probably be the running theme right now. Pistons have their draft. We're excited about where the Lions are going. I'm a Detroit fan, can't move for nobody else. So got to be excited about the Lions. Just real quick, if you could just humor me with this. What are the components of a successful team? If you think about the Pistons, you think about the Lions, what is it that would help take them to the next level? No wrong answers, just call something out. Leadership, coaching, talent.
A plan.
So all of that is yes. You need all that. You need coaching, you need leadership, They need dedicated fans. They need all that. The plan, and what I will kind of stretch to be analogous to a plan, is a vision. All good teams have a vision. You don't just go into a year like, yeah, we'll just see what happens. There is a vision that each team creates for their offense, for their defense, for the team, to where every person, whether or not you are you're the starting quarterback, the starting safety, the starting point guard, or you're the 12th man on the bench, you understand what the vision is, and you understand what your role is in making that happen. And it is through that lens that I realized we as a city have never had a collective vision for what we want for our young people. And that's been to the detriment of all the great work that we do. Philanthropy does its thing, and we set our agendas, and we hope that people come with us. Out of school time, early childhood, workforce. We all have these grandiose plans that this is how our thing is going to change the game. But we never connected each other. We never had a common thing, like this is what we want. When young people turn 18, when young people turn 24, this is what we promise our young people will achieve. This is our commitment to our young people. And so that is where the genesis and the impetus of this idea around Detroit for Youth, around our commitment to what Amber and the team at Teen Hype will do around this youth master plan, is that you need a vision that everybody can gravitate towards. And then what's the plan that's helping to drive us towards that collective vision? And that is why I am so excited to have the people to be a part of the people in this room, because it is not for the foundation to own. That is not the case. It's a new day in town. Skillman is not doing that. Skillman is really working to be a collaborative partner in the efforts in which the community says, this is where we need to go. All right, Ben, how do we help you? How do we assist you? How do we leverage our resources that can be of assistance? And whether or not that's grant making or thought partnership or civic leadership, how does the foundation leverage its cachet in a way to provide support to the broader community effort? And that's what this is. It's a grassroots effort to create a plan where young people are at the center and leading to help us identify what is it that we want to do for young people. And I couldn't imagine a better way to start a morning. I couldn't imagine a more impactful initiative for us to go on, because when we look back on this, T.I. has a song, looking back, what you're gonna do when you're looking back on your life. We can look back 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now at this moment and say we did that. And it started with this moment this morning. So thank you for being a part of this, and look forward to the rest of the day and the rest of our journey together.
Y'all see why I'm in love? Did the right thing, that's the partnership. So, my mama has a green thumb. And I thought that because she has a green thumb, I must have a green thumb. So when I blended my family, I went and I bought some plants. And I put them in the house, and I bought some cute pots, and I was like, all right, this is beautiful, this is fantastic. But I'm tenacious, so I bought some more plants. And I did it again. And I repeated the cycle. And repeated the cycle a few more times until one day my significant other came up to me and he said, baby, you are doing so many things. You are wonderful with kids. You are fantastic grandmother. But this is not your home. You are not good at these plants. And I need you to get a new hobby. Because you are breaking us, killing the plants. And the plants are not happy either. Please find something else to do. And so the pandemic came, like y'all was at home, and I was bored, and I was trying to figure out something new. And I was like, I always wanted a flower baby. I'm gonna try that. And I had a friend beside me who said, okay, come on, girl, I'm gonna help you. We went to Home Depot, and she a real Home Depot person. She not even soft. Not real. But she picked up tools and went, and we working, and we sweating. We got a flower bed done, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do my backyard. And I did the backyard. And then a couple weeks later, I was looking outside trying to see what had changed. I was like, okay. And then my friend was like, what you doing? I was like, I'm waiting on it. She's like, yeah, it's not that fast. I'm like, it's not that fast. She's like, how long did I wait? She's like, maybe about 3 years. 3 years? I got 3 years? I'm ridiculous, man. I want to see it now. I was waiting. And a couple of months passed, and one day, my significant other came and was like, hey, guess what I did? I was like, what? It's like I rolled past the house. You ran past your own house. It's like I didn't recognize it. I was like, you didn't recognize it? He's like, no. It's like, it looks so nice. The flowers look great. I didn't even recognize the flower. And I was like, oh. And I was like, keep going. And he's like, okay, yes, you are good at that. And I was like, I am, aren't I? And he was like, yeah, but you know why? And I'm like, why? He's like, because you had help. You couldn't do it by yourself. You thought you could. With your instructions. You just went and bought them. But when you had help, it got better. And then you did your part. You worked hard, you were tired. But when you got done, then God stepped in, sunshine, water came, he showed up, butterflies came in their own, and things just kind of worked out. And that's how I believe about our young people in this plan. I believe that if we come together and we just do our part, and we ask for help, and we don't bring our agenda and all of that chaos that sometimes gets in the way of Detroit, that we can really make young people first. Because what we're doing right now makes no sense. Absolutely. This is what it sounds like. So I'm at the doctor's office, and the doctor says, so I'm not going to read your chart. I am going to treat you based off of whatever I got in my cabinet. And whatever's in my heart. That's how we're going to do it. And then I go out to eat, and they say, oh no, we don't have a menu. We feed you based off of what we got in the kitchen, or whatever the chef is feeling like making. And then I get a job, and it's like, well, no, you don't really need a job description. You just can kind of do whatever comes to your heart. All that sounds ridiculous, but that's how we serve kids. Not in a way that's like intentionally bad. We aren't necessarily trying to mess up. We really are trying to do a good job, but it's not connected. It's not threaded well. And so I keep telling this story over and over again because I keep trying to give an example of how things get kind of disconnected with their attention. So we have a kid, the kid goes to Renaissance. Now in Detroit, that's a thing, right? That is a thing. We got kids in all, but when they come from the suburb, they will go to Renaissance. That's a great high school. And then that same kid comes to Tuna High. And then that same kid enrolls in another high school. Now, that kid should be covered. I just went last week and saw the kid graduate across the stage. Good, that's fantastic. That baby won't be there. She's going to college. That baby does not know how to fill out her scholarship applications. That baby does not have what she needs. And that does not mean that Renaissance is not a great school. That does not mean that Teen High is not doing great work. And that doesn't mean that the other after school time program is not doing great work. But we did not communicate. And so since we didn't communicate, we just did what we do. And then what ended up happening is she got 2 of these and none of these. Or 4 of this and only 1 of that. Because we didn't communicate about it. And so when we do it like that, we disservice them. Instead of giving them all the possibilities and all the tools, they get just fragments and pieces. And then they think it's their fault. Because we told them that they were smart and they went to a great school, and we told them that, and then we bragged about them. That's really crazy. We jump up and say, we made 5,000 kids graduate. But then what? How do we make sure that they are ready for the next stage? How do we make sure that they have what they need? And so that's what's exciting. It's exciting because now there's this new opportunity to really dig in deep. And we don't need a lot of people necessarily. We just need the right people. We just need a small group of people who are all in for young people. And we know that it works because we got really great examples. I remember one day somebody decided regular driving is something we're not going to do. That is an unacceptable practice. And once we made that decision, everybody started talking about it. When you drive down the freeway, there was a billboard that said, don't drink and drive. When the holidays came around, you saw some kind of commercial. Somebody was talking about, watch out, state troopers going everybody's talking about the same thing. Now, imagine if we do that for kids. And we can just say, any go, all kids gonna read by 5. What are all kids gonna do? Oh, I wonder what kids are gonna do. So, when mama gets into the car and she takes her baby to the early childhood center, and they hand her some books and say, hey, don't forget to do that bedtime reading. And then when they go to church, somebody's there saying, hey, guess what? We got an after-school program that's going to work with parents around reading. And then when they go to the pediatrician for their checkup, she say, Mom, how you doing with the sight words? And then when somebody comes out of the community and says, you know what? We need to work on nutrition. Then we can say, nutrition is important. Bring me some books about nutrition, because right now we're working on kids reading by 5. And when we get ready to start talking about nutrition, then we can reinforce that, and they can already know what's going on, because right now we're working on kids reading by 5. That's the way we're going to do it. And then it becomes clear. And then young people understand what we're talking about. They're like, oh, okay, that's what we're working on. And then we can support parents in a way that actually makes sense. And then they don't have to be all confused about what success looks like for them. So, y'all gonna do all the work. No, y'all are gonna start the conversation today. We are going to put together our minds, our visions, we're gonna dream a little bit, we're gonna talk a little bit. We got the experts in the room, our young people, because we're not doing nothing, not a doggone thing, without them. Nothing is meant to be without them. Because something wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Same as Red said, it's wrong. I got to go. They're not in the room. If they're not in the room in a way that's significant, if it's tokenism and it's running, they're not in the room, I got to go. It just don't feel right. All right. So I'm going to pass this mic to Miss D, who is going to give lots of instructions, because that was her thing, not mine. And she's going to make sure that we follow those instructions.
All righty. Good morning. Have to look at the time. Good morning. So today, as Miss Red mentioned, I call her Miss Red. So as she mentioned, we're going to have this group discussion, and it's going to be centered around the topic at your table. So we did our best to make sure that you had access to understanding kind of what the premise of that topic is, like how to lean into that topic. And you have youth leaders who will help to lead you in the discussion. So they will ask the question, they're there to get, if you need more insight from them, they're there to provide that. And this should be a real dialogue. So it's not an interview of the young people, it's really about a collective thought gathering process. And ideally, this will help us to develop the premise of a logic model as we start to talk about this master plan. I don't think, if you can go to the next slide, I think it gives pretty much all right. So instead of me going through and talking about every single detail of this, one, you're going to start out with the young people leading the discussion. Two, there are predetermined scribes at the table, so there are laptops at the table, and there are adult champions at the table who will be supporting the young people and you all by taking the notes from the conversation. Three, when the discussion is over, the scribes will then share it out and follow the process for sharing it with Matthew Banks, our amazing social media and communications manager at Team Height. And then from there, the young people, the youth leaders will share out with the whole group what came from each of the tables so that we all have an understanding. And then after, of course, for attendees, we will share slides out with you all. So without further ado, I'm going to let you all jump right into the conversation. I'm going to provide, we're going to be providing some sticky paper, and you have Post-its on your table. And our young people, our youth leaders will give you more direction from here. All right?
Okay. Please do that. And I would like to say resources and issues that I know there are resources available. But I'm not sure if the issues that I'm not sure if it's that if is there enough resources or if people are struggling to get to the resources. Because I don't want to say that one resource yeah, it just creates more resources.
What are 3 barriers in Detroit right now that 3 barriers that you face today at work?
Even if you do the right thing, but you get the reverse of consequences.
That's my sister.
Sound it out.
He's gonna be safe.
You had a report. I could go get those. We got I was so excited.
How all that information really was.
I know. Right.
What are the barriers your families face around the topic?
And just finding, so let's go to that.
I like that you do that.
whatever. But like those things are not designed like way back that are not connected to the young people. So housing, we're something conversations, we'll hear from a lot of policymakers. It's all performative, right? The focus really very disconnected, even though and on stage, and I think there's just not enough.
I cringe all the time when I hear
police, where
my interpretation. You're borrowing. You're paying to borrow. I'll make you very
all that, and I've been doing it for years. It's not like there's been doubling of investment. It's just not. And then, conversations that are just like separate.
And look, the lowest thing you can possibly do. From the best, biggest, or best, shiniest vehicle you possibly cannot do. Get that vehicle.
For example, and I'll talk about this.
If you
We
say,
have this.
hey, I just got a car.
Today,
You say, oh,
the city is
you gotta be a house, gotta be a place. You're renting a place. You're borrowing a place.
We just have to make sure that both of them
Every day that we're scrambling,
otherwise it's going to have
get to that borrow or that
this is a
borrow
different
place.
kind of like connection.
So at the end of the day, guess what we got? Nothing. You actually have negative, you have less than nothing. Because if I rent an apartment, or rent it, just go out without a somebody like me, that I own multiple, right? I benefited. My property value went up, and when your lease is done, you can't afford to pay off, you're out. And somebody's put stuff into all the things, and that's the problem. So I go back to the whole thing about employment financial comes down to why.
So it is
You want
great
to go
that
get education. Why do you want to be gambling? And what is your end outcome? Is it to own some things? Or is it to borrow? Right? So,
the only option is well, if you take online,
how about start sending us
I always fight against that because I'm like, you don't know how to do it. I have the kids,
funding for your projects.
Spreading the word that this is an option, this exists. We don't have to redo this. That it's already there. You know, this is your seat to that table. So I agree that.
Had a lot of training and getting ready for ourselves to work with people because, you know, there's I've seen it here also, you know, a community meeting. Oh, we don't want basketball or dress like this. And so we also had to get a lot of training to get ourselves ready. So we did a lot of work with the city and the institutions to be like, this is what's not on your end as well, so everybody can start in that respectful way together.
But it comes back to this conversation. So I think it's like the ability to, she said, learn early. Instead of telling them, ask them. The first question should be, what do you want to do? Where do you see yourself? There's no one answer. There's no one who are you? What are they right at the top? I want to be an artist. What is the game? So put that at the top. And then in our curriculum, what should be, what's lacking is then say, now let's back into that. So if I want to say, CEO, you're CEO. And what do you need to be CEO? Somebody may say, hey, I need a master's. CEO, a master's. And what do you need to get a master's degree? A bachelor's degree. You can't get a business degree without a bachelor's degree. That's a master's degree. How do I get a master's degree? After graduating from high school. And what allows you to get good grades in high school and be part of some kind of extracurricular activities. And then down here it might be a little micro level. Now end on this. So now I'm in high school. That's where everybody is, and then you start to develop that piece. So I'm going to study. I'm going to do my homework and my assignments on time and early. I'll be part of sports. If I'm not sports inclined, I'll be part of band and chess team and all that, and let them know that all these things are good. The basketball player is no more valuable than the person that is in the chess club or ROTC, and make that same on them. So now when they look at it, and then the last thing that we as the older generation need to do, to back to what you said, to empower you all, is say, whatever that plan is that you have for your life, say, that is A1, and put a star on that boy and say, look, smiley face or whatever it is to motivate you, and then support you, and when I say challenge you, check in on you and say, hey, because here's what my coach talked to us about. Whatever your goal is, then what we need to require you to do is say, each and every day, I'll take that back to a more micro level. Each and every hour, you should be challenging yourself and your friends. Is what we're doing in this hour, 5 o'clock, between 5 and 6, is that what we're doing, helping us get to our plan? And if you just think about that for a minute. As far as treatment, then we rule out all these bad distractions, right? And I'm talking about like smoking marijuana. Right? It's legal, but that doesn't mean you have to do it, right? Drinking, throwing away all your money, wasting time. My biggest one, right? Waking up late, laying around, and going back to sleep early. You're doing nothing. So instead, what we need to do is bow down. I'll repeat real quick. What is your goal? Whatever answer comes out of your mouth, as long as it's legal, that's important. That's another important one. Somebody says, hey, I want to grow up and be the biggest drug dealer. We got to stop them there and say, time out. That's not a good use of your lifetime, right? Because you usually end up dead or in jail, and that's not a good goal, right? So let's come with another goal. POA, plan of action. And then so whatever comes out, as long as it's legal, whatever it is, you said art. No, that is a great goal. Support it. Now, what do you need to do to be an artist? I need to have a skill, drawing, theater, dance, something like that. How do you become that? By going to dancing school, art school, drawing every chance I get. And you come down with this goal, and then just turn back and say, now that's your plan, now that's your plan. I want to know, what are you doing to get up those ladders? Because then they're going there. I just wanted to add that to the conversation, because that's what we got to change to help. Like, you know, I surround myself with young people who grew up to be mature professionals, because this is one example here, but that's what I've mastered, is by saying, what do you want to do?
That's I guess it's more so big parents see, they see everyone. Oh yeah, this is a safe place for a child to invest. Whereas a lot of DPS schools, they get kids from all over the world because and they come in and they want to see about students here, you want to see them there. But say if it's a small town, they don't get those opportunities. So the lack of reaching out there's a big lack of support all over at the highest possible I know. Right. Everyone always west side, best side. So now you have people coming in and going to the west side to make the west side better, whereas the east side is still being generated and going downhill because everyone is not west side, so they don't know west. I'm not allowed to go to a lot of places because of how the area is bad, but what are people doing to help the area get better? So my kids should be
I haven't heard. I've heard from everybody else. I haven't heard again, big brain to this. No bad idea.
And so you saw a transform being an adult. And now that I am a full adult, I feel like I have to focus on my inner child. And I'm not ever because at home I'm outside, but I'm not in this room. So it's like
We don't know what we're doing.
Just get older.
There's all these things. get the word out in there. Out here is to help our children. Okay, I've never heard of it.
You just turned 18 yesterday. Why did you realize? I don't.
So we need to get the word out. Let people know that young people know they're program. Or they need to be educated.
Oh my God, it changed so fast.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, you all had an amazing conversation. I love the energy. I want to just remind you that you need to, each table needs to come to a consensus of 3 barriers, or top 3 barriers, their top strengths, and a collective statement around what should this master plan, how should it support Detroit youth and families. Yep, so your scribes, they have the notes, so they're kind of, I know they're kind of looking. If you want to use the sticky notes, it might be a great help, because then you all can get some ideas about everybody's thoughts and vote from there. That might be the most effective way, but go what you all feel is best for your table and the dynamic of your table. And we will, we'll wrap up at about 10:25.
That's advice I've seen. I was in the state, I said state, because I was young, I was thinking I want to be this. Reality is, figure out what, that's what you're going to be the best at. Because you're enjoying yourself 100%. After the trouble is over. And you know this, Mark. The best are around each other, live around each other, and they all got to do what I want to do. The best plumber,
I didn't rearrange my birds 3 times before I put up.
the best doctors live down the street next to the best lawyers, like the she said, but guess who lives in the best garbage man in all of them. And I said, and now that I'm grown, that is what God did. And so one of the things is all of the false information that's in the system. You got to get rid of it. You got to get more of what I'm sharing with you right now. Everywhere it's real. You can make it real.
Okay, I can. Is that how you want to do? Okay.
That's what it's called when she said she was getting free. Every day. Hey, good morning, everybody. Like you should have
I don't think you have a lot of space to write it.
Anything you want, bro, you gonna make it.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to figure out and the money will come. Not the opposite way. Going into anything for money is a path down the wrong way. Unhappy. You're going to stop doing whatever you can do. It's bad. And you're going to stop doing for someone like me to acquire you. Yeah. That's the reality of not talking. So I think the false is we got to keep it up now. And the false is to allow young people to live and one person.
Yeah.
And then back in
Between the two, between youth and parents, because they're definitely well, what I see in past is that all people
Yeah.
In that
traditional system like entrenched. Like the system is like it's.
Can I suggest you feel that lack of when I say what does that mean? Based on what we just shared, what we talked about. That part, I mean, if you are allowed to and say where you want to be and work out. I'm just challenging it. I'm here to give it.
Well, I think there has to be something done about it. Conversation.
What's your first one?
Relevant. I get that off.
I think trust in general. Because I think it has on multiple levels, right? Like sometimes that is an organization. Foundations are trusting parents and their institutions or combine the ones that fall under a basis. Well, first of all, you have to yeah, that part. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Is that what you are? Yes. Yes. Yes.
And we just got
Yes, that's what it is.
I like that. Relevant.
And you know, thinking I was gonna get a better education, so that's the biggest topic that everyone's looking for.
It's somebody that's going to start off with friends.
Are producing more and getting the help that they need and maybe. So it's a lot of more topics, a lot more conversations and topics on something like that. So I think that's a problem that's, like I said, it's getting worked on, and it's not as big as a problem as the other ones that aren't talking about it.
I like it.
So how will others share?
So add to abstract that's true.
Does it have to share their own whatever you know? Yeah, I guess everybody can share their own. What's their
Very. This is what the youth told me.
And then you cascade that. I'm having this down.
Mentoring issues. Space. It's a barrier. Space where they can come together and just be.
I'm trying to like.
That feels macro. That feels macro.
Micro. And I'm like, micro. Do you hear what he just said? Yeah. The only point it has.
It's like, okay, that is possible. You can go to college and accumulate debt, but you can also find ways to pay off. The reason that we don't want to,
Yeah, but it's just like part of the conversation. So like trying to engage you. Yeah.
I'm throwing out a suggestion. I want people to learn converting passion versus job. I hear job, I hate that one. I mean, when I say for mature folk, right? So talk about the job. Right.
I wasn't sure. No, those are not me. Yeah, I was like, I can't go that on my mind. It was like, yeah, I'm thinking. Because somebody said something here. I'm saying.
Good morning. I got my I don't care about the fun.
Keep us on task. Y'all got it.
I can't get out until 5:30. That's one of the ideas. That's what it is. Versus and know the difference. Know the difference.
I also think these are, like, that's how it is in action.
So not all of us start with
It's almost like everything that is happening in our country that's 10 times over here, like more intense. And we pretend like Detroit is still here, Detroit is still here. And so I think the resilience is big. And Detroit has had to rely on to reinvent itself over time is something that we can draw on and then
So I want to how you put the word out. I like that.
I don't do that. I don't. I know what I'm saying. I don't have it all. I mean, keep my voice in the job. I like to say that and bring that here. So I feel like you're stressed.
like youth are willing to bring parents that we have. Haven't been able to are willing to bring
adults. Like maybe my mom kids where all of those don't make sense because I was no, so that might happen. I'm like, something happened and it had to be number. I should, and obviously that makes look like I think we got. I was like I was over this. I don't actually care about what happened. I think success. That's right.
Oh, okay. So I was like,
they are, and they have a lot of friends. They actually are. I think that's all.
I have
They are, and they're so I applaud. Because that's something that's taught to me. A lot of programs that colleges that are elementary schools, they're not on TV or they're not on see everything online. So my friends said, let's do anything. Yep.
That action. Right.
A lot of us didn't have I got the blessing mission, but
Very What is that? You don't know what that is. Because they have right, exactly. So then,
and the law.
now the fish so there's a lot of Oh, okay, great. I'm that's part of the older generation. Right. We have to hear that.
Make sure I know that there's a value, but don't turn me away. And I think those things, because I think that's a big barrier, that get this nice, get these no, there is no difference in cost. I'll tell you this. Well, I was part of the group and they said, hey, voters in the casino. No, one casino. Voting in the casino license, the casino in Detroit, and that one casino was far controls all the Catholic churches. We have three, and you can still go to Detroit High School, no toilet paper, and there's no hand soap. So think about the negative, what's called metro. I gotta go.
It's more about the
You
relationship.
know ain't no social media.
Oh, it's
Now
about
what
the
it is, you the dirty one.
Real quick, everyone, we are hitting that 10-minute mark.
We got money here.
Yeah, because with that conversation that occurred, what I think is
Got money.
it does. It's how it's such a about yes, on paper. I feel as though that still falls under outreach, but then it's the difference between outreach and engagement. That's so I think the engagement and the disconnection of others. Sorry. So we have lack of community outreach support.
No, I know. At my
That's fair.
Taking next week off.
Okay.
Let me ask you, have a beautiful week.
Like I have friends
And maybe that's what I wanted to say. I go all the way
I know, I had at least 3, and I was like, just.
More young people die. Really?
Look, when I'm ready.
I'm gonna play that in bar.
That was just playing in my head.
She was just like,
That's one thing I'm proud of. Program like Scott. I've been doing this for years. And it just came working at the position that I had. I do 90 students a year. But my point was, a lot of people go into school. I think one of the things that I'm very proud of, the first thing they do every year, the first thing they do, I've time out. First thing you gotta learn anywhere, act like you
we're back. There, I see them like on the press. I know.
This is what being in this thing called the business world looks like. What do I fit in this and what do I want to do? And I'm like, and I would say, it was not this cool collective. Everybody's like, let him do it. Oh, no, man. We straighten that out with some tough love. And now you got a day, I don't even have to be able to report about the conversation. Hey, I'm doing this, you're, and I'm very proud of this about, but just one example. Like with these, there should be a pipeline for more of us that come in and say, hey, I'll help you. Or you're a small firm, then take a little seed. Little seed. There you go.
Excuse me, everybody, we have 5 minutes left.
Tell us our past life. Where did we get from? I'm going to talk about their planning, all their planning. But I think what we're all going to have all in all time. Right. That's right. That's what I'm going to do. Right. So it sounds like it would have to like an intentional focus on connecting with students. Yes. The scale is what's some base? Can we get off some cows? Shit, oh my God.
I'm speaking on challenge me, make that part of their freshman.
You may not have enough time. That is true. You may not have enough time to really talk about this.
Or have an idea. It can change. So maybe say start the basic part of the school.
But it's not just
Who are you?
right. So it's just this.
And you can modify it.
If funds and resources organization, how let's create this master plan to
Are you up?
Let's go to San Antonio. I like that. Hey, that's hard.
I can drop the shoulder back.
All right. 30 seconds. All right, while you all are doing that, look at your tables for these wallets. It's black and white. Oh, you're Leonard! Yay!
In the school plan, they just start the conversation about
Let's get us some, Allison. That's so
Sorry, it's my internship.
Okay, so hopefully all hearts and minds are clear. Inspired, very good. Hearts and minds are inspired. And we're going to start, I guess I'll ask the youth leaders, which one of you are ready to share out for your group? What we won't put it on the screen because I know that you probably haven't had time to do all that, but I didn't want to interrupt the convo that is happening to get all that done. We'll share it out afterwards. Our scribes will share it out. But who wants to report out for your group? Who wants to start? Oh, okay. Helton? You want to bring it to you or you want to? Because it will be really easier. You're gonna need her notes though.
Yeah. Oh.
No, he needs the notes.
We're gonna go under the notes. Good job.
Should I give them maybe a minute to wrap up notes, maybe? I know. All right, you have a minute, literally, to wrap up notes. Because I know people need to make sure everything's tight.
I like that. Hey, they say the young bird that speaks the loudest and most often gets fed. I like that.
So you're going to
Always stand out in the street.
Well, Jade is ready. So I'm going to let Jade go. If you all can listen out. Thank you all for giving Jade your undivided attention. You want me to hold it for you?
So for our table, our topic was leading. And so for the first question, which was, what are the barriers youth and their families face around leading? We said that it's a lack of youth voice, ego, which kind of go into, having the trouble of, allowing other people to maybe parent your child or to tell you exactly, what you may need to do better for the benefit of your child, and connectivity. And then the strengths that we thought that we could build on to overcome those barriers is desire and the potential to want to do better and to want to lead, the existing framework, so organizations and resources that are there that we can build upon, and the multiple sources of information. So having different sources of getting information, that fits your way of communication. And then for our statement, we want to centralize youth input that tells children what they are able to do and informs adults on how to better support youth. Also establish a chain of leadership that will in turn teach them how to lead while also increasing their access and knowledge of resources.
All right, Coach, are you ready? No? Who's next? Who's ready? Ariana? Oh, hi, come on.
Hi everyone, I'm Carmen Cook, the Vice President of Teen Types Peer Education Program. Hi everyone. Our topic over there is learning. So for the question, what are the barriers youth and their families face around this topic? We put equitable opportunity to resources for youth and parents and scalability of good examples. The second one is a disjointed system, poor transportation and communication. And the third one is a holistic approach to the continuum of youth services from the age of 0 to 24. The strengths that we put were youth voice and leadership. The second one is community resources and the ability to identify them and solve their problems. And the third one is advocacy for change. For our key statement, it is a system that works together on identifying levels of change, policy, the allocation of resources to promote equitable living conditions and opportunities for all of Detroit's youth to thrive and learn. And yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Cousin. Been in Teen Hype for a year now. It's a great experience. My topic was learning, and I think we're working. Oh, we're working. I'm sorry. Our topic. Sorry about that. Our topic was working. One of our barriers were culturally responsible fit and business class for students and parents, because in Detroit, or just in general, we don't have a lot of classes, business classes that teach us about financial aid or just checks in general about college or anything. And my second barrier was ownership versus not ownership. Our third barrier was no plan of action, ask them what they need and then make the plan. We have a plan, but we just usually don't know how to connect it to our action or what we want to do. And one of our strengths were converting passions into careers. A lot of Detroit schools or just students in general, they know what they want to do, they know what passion and careers they want to do. So it's really easy for them to convert it into their career. Second one was providing financial and emotional support for children to feel like they are and what they need. And then our third strength was investing into underdeveloped of the youth development pipeline. Our key statement is students, parents, and their community should begin speaking on gathering their passions and start on their POA, which stands for Plan of Action. While students are in the 8th grade, they should write a POA and set their steps into the action that are needed. Schools, parents, and students' community should be invested in advocating, contributing, and advancing this POA. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Hermione. Our group was connecting, so one of our barriers was transportation. Our second barrier, what are the barriers youth and their families face around the topic of connecting? Our first barrier was transportation, second barrier was system change, and our third barrier was trust. What strengths could we build on to overcome the barriers? Our first strength was mobilizing our individual networks for our cause. Second strength would be youth voice, and our third strength was leadership. Our key statement was to have a intentional youth cohort focused on connecting families, youth, and organizations by giving resources to help better the city. Thank you. Hey everybody. Oh wow. Oh, you gotta go up there. Okay. Is he still here? No?
Yeah, they can stay right here. They can stay right here. Let them do it from here, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Okay, so our topic was thriving. Here are our barriers. Okay, my name is Paige Johnson, and our first barrier is lack of community outreach support, meaningful engagement. Our second barrier is mental health. Third barrier is safe spaces, emotional and physically. Our first strength that we came up with is a variety of youth programs. And to build upon that strength, we can expand the access all over different communities and have relevant staff. Our second strength is our youth, which are compassionate, have opinions, and have different experiences that people can listen to. Our third strength is collaborations and coalitions. And to build upon that, we can work together and increase funding to follow our intentions, and then expand the foundation money to actually go towards a different topic, which would be our youth instead of some of the other things the foundation money is going for. And businesses can invest in a common good. And our key statement is to have a unified vision with equitable resource distribution and easy collaboration with organizations to create a supportive community for our youth.
Wow, look at y'all. First of all, I am so proud of the grown-ups. Look at y'all sharing power role model. I'm so proud of y'all. Amazing. No, this is a big deal. Y'all have not been in the rooms that I've been in. So I am really, really inspired. It was inspiring to eavesdrop and to listen to the conversations. Reminded of the brilliance of young people, and oftentimes we just need to make space for them, that they can pretty much figure out a lot on their own. And so thank you for being a part of the conversation. My job is next steps. I really don't want to let you go, because once I do, y'all gonna leave. If I would have known Drake was here, this would have turned into a day party. Really would have, I'm telling you. We would have brought out our laptops. We would have been working and dancing. Okay. So this is the beginning of a series of community conversations where we keep collecting data, keep asking questions, keep going with discovery to figure out what are these elements that we know that we need in this master plan. We are going to form an absolutely beautiful. Keep collecting data, keep asking questions. Exactly. See that support? Thank you for that. Or whoever you are. Thank you. We are going to form a steering committee. Apparently she'll be on it. And if you are interested, you will let us know, because we'll reach out. We are going to identify a third-party facilitator. So if you know someone that is dynamic and wonderful, that can help us to kind of steer this process, help us, let us know. Dee has developed an absolutely beautiful survey that is going to go out to you, and she is going to incentivize you completing the survey. That means she really wants you to do it. So when you get the survey, please complete it, and then magically in your email, you'll get an Amazon gift card for $25 for you to order something that you probably really don't need, but you can get. That's a wonderful little treat. And here's the goal. This is what we're going to do, because you know in Detroit how we start something, we don't finish, and then sometimes we start over. But we're going to do this different. We are going to finish this plan in 1 year. So my goal is that next year this time, we are going to be here for the party celebrating. Drake is going to be the DJ, and we're going to wear comfortable shoes, and we're going to dance, and we're going to be excited because we are going to finish this. All right? Y'all in? For real? All right. right, so this is the beginning. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your cousins. We're going to have a plan. And when we make the plan and people come off the plan, we're going to go right back and say, nope, we're doing kids reading by 5, whatever that is, okay? All right, so thank you very much for starting your day with us. Thank the young people around you. I see people raising their hand. What do you want me to do? Did you be sign language? I don't know what.
I know. If every table could take a picture, that would be great, just so we can capture the moment with you and your young people, your youth leaders.
Okay. All right. So if you can hang around and take pictures, please. I was also going to ask that of my LD 35 classmates who have jumped in today. I see so many of you. If we can snap a picture, that would be great. Hang around, hug, talk, and have a good morning. All right? All right. Take care.